Everybody ready? Well, good afternoon, and I would be remiss if I didn't start today, Veterans Day, by taking this opportunity with the platform I have to thank the men and women who proudly serve our country and who have proudly served our country and provide us the freedom that we all enjoy to do, or what we all enjoy doing. So to the men and women who have served our country and are currently serving our country, thank you. It's been a tough couple of days for myself and all associated with the Razorback football program. I made a decision that there needed to be a change in the leadership of our program, and I want to thank Chancellor Steinmetz, President Bobbitt, Chairman Goodson, and the System Board of Trustees for their support of that decision. I do firmly and confidently believe it was the best professional decision and the best decision for our Razorback football program at this time. What makes it really challenging for someone that sits in my chair is the personal impact that I know my decision has and will have on the men and women that work in our football program right now, their spouses and their children and their families, and the impact that I know this decision has on them. I thought our football program had taken some steps backwards in the past few weeks. I had one goal for our football program, one main goal for our football program as we headed into this season. It was a simple goal. I wanted us to be competitive game in and game out. Not to win the Southeastern Conference, but to be competitive game in and game out. And I think that was clear over the past couple of weeks that we were no longer competitive. And a big thing about that is our student athletes. Those 120 men worked their tails off for 9 months to have the reward and the opportunity to put on that uniform on 12 Saturdays during the fall. And that should be a rewarding experience for them. That should be something that they enjoy. And as I spent time with our student athletes before, during, and after games, I got the sense that they were no longer enjoying that experience on Saturdays. And our focus of our Department of Athletics day in and day out is on the success of our student athletes, all 465 of those student athletes. And we had 120 student athletes within our football program that were no longer experiencing the success I thought they needed to experience. Barry Lunney is a former student athlete. He's a Razorback through and through. When I called him yesterday morning and told him the decision I'd made with the change in the leadership, and I asked Barry to step up, and I asked Barry under very tough circumstances to take on the leadership of our football program. And without pause, he told me yes. I know I will get Barry's best during the next 3 weeks because he loves his football program, he loves his university, he loves his state, and he's invested in what we're trying to do. And I know he truly loves the 120 men that he's now leading within our football program. As I begin this search, I have no doubt that we will have a very strong candidate pool for this head coaching position. Why do I believe that? First, we are the University of Arkansas. We have a very proud and storied tradition within our football program. That includes 42 bowl games, a national championship, 13 conference championships, multiple All-Americans and Hall of Fame inductees. We have and we offer our student athletes some of the best facilities in the country. We compete in the Southeastern Conference, and we have a passionate fan base that so desperately wants for this program to be successful. We've had many of our athletic programs currently that are competing on a national level and winning national championships within our athletic department. Our football program can be one of those programs.
Thank you, Hunter. Coach Lunney.
You bet. Well, first of all, I want to say thanks to Hunter for the opportunity and the belief that he had in me to be able to be the guy to step in. As he said, they're under very difficult circumstances. There's other guys on our staff that obviously could have been capable of doing the same thing, and so I appreciate the opportunity that Hunter's given me. I obviously would be remiss without thanking Chad for 2 years ago when he came in and transitioned from our staff from Brett Bielema to think enough of me to be able to keep me to be a part of this program and school that means so much to me and my family, so I'm be very always grateful for that from Coach Morris. I couldn't help but to think and get a chuckle today as I was thinking about the press conference today, to think about 27 years ago. As a football player here, I was kind of thrust into a similar situation. And for those that weren't around during that time, I know Bob and Mike and Otis and Nate, and I may be missing a few other guys. When Joe Kynes so famously took over as the interim coach in 1992, at his press conference, he was asked about being the interim, and he quipped, "We're all interim." And I think he said it best. At that point in time, his attitude was, one that was incredible to watch as a player, to watch him step in during that time. We had just come off a loss to the Citadel, which obviously was a black eye on our program, and we didn't even know who the coach was going to be at that point in time as players. We experienced all the range of emotions that our guys are going through right now, the confusion, the disappointment, anger, happy, sad, mad, whatever they are, all those range of emotions are on our football team right now. I experienced those same feelings, and as I was telling the players last night, I learned and I saw firsthand what it looked like for a guy that was appointed as an interim coach to come in and to right the ship and to breathe life into our football players. And a little bit of a different circumstance because he had, basically the bulk of the year. But as I told our players last night, and make no mistake about it, this is all about our players. This is all it's about. It's about giving them their best opportunity to succeed these last couple of weeks. It's all about them. And as I told them last night, one of the things that I gleaned from that experience was whether you were a senior on that football team in 1992 or a freshman, man, there were some good things that came out of that. Those seniors that were a part of that team in 92 that went on the road to play Tennessee and beat them when they were 6-0, number 4 in the country, 27 years later, still people talk about that game to those people that were part of being seniors on that football team. And the freshman class that was a part of that team, as we all know, the same team that lost their head football coach, they stuck together, they weathered the storm, and 4 years later, that same team was the bulk of the team that went to the SEC championship game. So I used that as an experience last night to relate to these players, to help them understand, I know what they're going through. And so because of all those circumstances, the things I've gone through in my time here, obviously Hunter felt I was the right guy for this moment, and there's no doubt in my mind that I am the right guy in this moment. And this is all about our players. And so our job and my job is to make sure that these next few weeks that we figure out a way to play like Razorbacks. And we've lost that the last few weeks. And we're going to do our darndest and everything we can to pump some life back into these guys and go and play our best football game of the year when we go to Baton Rouge in a few weeks.